Hello, this is 12th log, and the book is Political Science, and this is chapter 11. And the topic we are going to discuss about war and force. In the previous vlog, we discussed the first part of this topic, and now we are going to discuss the second part of this topic. Let's start. Where it is. Uh, the leader became the tribal chief the leader became the tribal chief either by choice or by necessity. As the war among the tribes continued and a victorious tribe subjugated other, the tribal chief became the ruler or king over the territories of the vanquished tribe. Thus, the tribal states was changed into a territorial kingdom or state as we know it now. The phrase war began, the king says gentle it at last of a half truth since military activity was a powerful source both is creating the need for authority and law and in replacing earlier family organization by systems more purely political. Successful war leader became kings and emperors, thus military and economic factor transformed the primitive patriarchal tribes into ancient territorial kingdom. Political consciousness. The fifth essential factor in the growth of and development of the state is the slow rise of political consciousness. Political consciousness means the thought or knowledge of a certain ends and purpose to be attained through political organization. They were in the early stages such as the need for defense and attack, the protection of life and property, the regulation of the social relation and marriage and family, and the need of to maintain law and order. In the beginning, political consciousness was really political unconsciousness. It was subjective. It was subjective and dimly released. Indeed, the mistake of the social contract writers lay exactly in this that they presume the sudden rise of political consciousness among the non-political men of the state of nature. Political consciousness is a low growth. The process of political awakening began in early times and has continued down to the present times. Thought is now far deeper, wider, and more rational than before. Proof Gilchrist has aptly described it thus: some laws were better, some worse. The wiser among the earlier peoples begin to ask why. This why is the keynote of all human progress. Progress begins when men begin to question the purpose of their institution and social order. In this manner, political consciousness developed the modern state with the size of modern democratic state. Political consciousness began to play still more important and continuous role in the political life and organization of the state. Conclusion: this was how the state emerged. It was the product of slow historical growth in which several factors played their role with different intensity at different times and place. So this is the 11th chapter we discuss about and the topics and we already complete chapter 11 and chapter 11 in the and now we are going to move into chapter 12. The name of this chapter is the concept of the state. We have to start some definition of it. In chapter 9, we have described the state as an institution that is a political organization. In this and the next chapter, we shall study in the it is a concept. By concept, we mean the way we understand or know a thing. As we said, it is the beginning of the previous chapter. The state has always been a controversial subject for the attitude towards the understanding, and the state has varied from age to age and even from region to region and people to people as the social, political, culture, intellectual and religious environment of the people change their experience and therefore their concept of the state have also varied. We shall now study three different concepts of the state, which the traditional, the modern and the Islamic. So this is the topic we discuss about in the next vlog. We are going to discuss these topics. So thank you for all. Meet next vlog.